What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today we'll be going over my Hunter's rank 5 loot from the Iron Banner. So everything I've gotten so far this week in terms of weapons and armor that's dropped after games, and we'll be going over the rolls and perks on the weapons to see if any are good, and of course the rank 5 package as well to take a look at that. So if we begin looking at my Hunter's stuff, the first thing we're going to look at are the weapons. I've picked up 2 of the No Wins Mercy pulse rifles. So if we look at the first one, we've got a 334 No Wins Mercy. So in terms of the scopes, we've got the red dot OAS, with the range lens and also the quick draw IS. So the first one's probably the best option right there. We've got Outlaw, which is one of my favorite perks on this weapon. The only problem is that you need to get headshots, of course, for that perk to activate, as opposed to reactive reload, where you just get normal kills and that's going to boost your reload. Not as much as Outlaw, but it is going to boost it. So it's kind of like the trade-off between, do you want to get headshots and have a faster reload, or just normal kills and get a slightly slower reload. So in the middle column, we've got Perfect Balance, which is a good one for the stability. It's not as good as Counterbalance, of course, but it does a pretty good job at cleaning up the recoil and making it a little bit easier to handle. We've then got Hand-Laid Stock to max out stability and reduce the range a little bit. We've got Skip Rounds, which is pretty useless, so basically ignoring that perk. And the final one is definitely where it goes down. This is Spray and Play, and this is a perk which I think is amazing in PvE and absolutely awful in PvP. I've said before that you shouldn't be trying to empty the magazine to get a faster reload, and if you find yourself with a couple bursts or a couple bullets left over in the mag, you need to shoot the rest of those to have a fast reload, or you can just reload the weapon at a slower pace, and it's pretty much the same thing, because shooting the bullets is obviously giving your position away and also wasting time that you could have been reloading in the first place. So not a fan of Spray and Play, but so far it's a really decent role. This thing combined, if you combine Spray and Play and Outlaw, it's going to reload incredibly fast. So it's pretty interesting. I'm tempted to keep it just to try it and see how fast the reload is, but it's definitely not a weapon that I'm going to stick to. Now, the next one is a 335 No Wins Mercy. Not really much to talk about in this role. It's pretty bad. We've got the red dot ORES, which is okay, the focus lens, and the quick draw IS. But the main perks are bad, so not really much to talk about. We've got Surrounded and Last Resort. 2 perks which I don't think are very good, but it is 335, which is nice. Now, I did also want to show off my first ever No Wins Mercy quickly, but this is a really nice set of perks. We've got Outlaw, we've got Perfect Balance, and also Third Eye, so pretty decent. Not the best. I think the one he's selling now is even better than this one. So let's talk about the Waileran's March Sniper. I managed to get 3 of them to drop for me so far. One of them I'd consider a god roll sniper, and the other 2 are okay. All 3 of them 335, which is nice, definitely good infusion fuel. But this first one is the impressive one. We've got the Ambush as a scope, which is really nice. We've got Either Storm, which is okay. Quick Draw, which is amazing, and Hidden Hand, which of course is amazing as well. The Ambush does, of course, subtract a little bit of aim assist, but not enough to notice. And of course, this is the second highest aim assist weapon in the game, in addition to Hidden Hand. So aim assist really is not a problem here. I'm perfectly happy with taking away a little bit on the scope. So this thing basically has the trifecta of perfect perks, being Hidden Hand, Quick Draw, and also Ambush. There isn't really anything in this first column that's that great, so Either Storm is okay, but this is an amazing set of perks. Definitely the best one I own. Looking at my other 2 versions I got, we've got Underdog and Unflinching, so pretty average, and we've also got this one with Hot Swap and Last Resort, so again, nothing too special. This one right here was the first ever Wailerans that I got, and it's a very similar role in that there's Ambush, a Quick Draw, and also Hidden Hand, but this first perk is Partial Refund, which I don't think is that great, so I think the brand new one I got with Either Storm is a massive improvement, so it was my new best Wailerans March role, and all these 3 are pretty much going to get infused into stuff, and thankfully they're all 335, which is nice. Now, moving quickly to the armor, I managed to get 1 pair of gauntlets to drop for me after games. Nothing too special at all here. We've got Fusion Rifle and Intellect Strength. So I did actually go through and buy the perfect set that's added in the setting for the PlayStation users. And this thing is my perfect set of gauntlets I was looking for. The main reason I wanted them is because these have hand cannon loader, which I didn't actually have before. Most of mine are scout rifle or snipers. My new pretty much favorite weapon in Crucible is this Finale's Peril, this beautiful hand cannon, which is incredible. And now I've got some gauntlets to reload them faster, which is nice. Now, in terms of boots, I got these ones, which are not that great. Just Discipline and Strength, Sidearm and Machine Gun, so probably getting dismantled or infused into something. Now, finally, let's look at that rank 5 package. I picked up a 335 Hakon's Hatchet, which is the auto rifle. This thing is pretty interesting. It's got a strange roll on it. We've got the red ORS, which is okay, the steady hand, and also the focus lens. So the first perk is Focus Fire, which decreases the fire rate, but the damage is actually increased per bullet. But overall is actually a DPS decrease, and it actually does less damage than if you didn't have the perk. So it's kind of pointless. Not sure why this perk is still in the game. I think they need to buff it and make it not a penalty to using the weapon. But this is pretty much an awful perk, and it's going to decrease the damage that your weapon does. I mean, it's not that bad. It doesn't make a massive difference, but overall, it is going to decrease the amount of damage the weapon does. So not really too fan of that one, of course. We do have Speed Reload, also Oil Frame for the reload, and Rifle Barrel, which has a massive chunk for the range, The final one is a very good perk, Counterbalance, which is pretty much the perfect perk for the Hackman's Hatchet. I do have another version of this weapon that has Counterbalance, but also Crowd Control. So it's a very good roll, not a god roll I'd say, but is a decent weapon and definitely a decent set of perks. But this thing is definitely not that great with Focus Fire, so probably get infused in something, but at least a 335, which is okay. So that is everything my hunter has picked up, and all the rolls and the weapons and everything interesting. Pretty good stuff overall, so definitely please, especially with the gauntlets and also that sniper rifle. Leave a comment down below with what you've gotten so far this Iron Banner. If there's anything decent you've picked up, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.